Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sandhills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. The three-legged stool is all back together here on a Wednesday. Bill, good to have you back here in
It's good
Lincoln.
to be back with part of the stool.
Good job.
Part of the stool.
You're all clad in black.
Yes.
Complete black
Yes.
today.
I never wear that. I never wear all black.
Well, it's more
never,
black.
ever.
Yes.
It's more black even because the cap.
Yeah. No Oiler hat.
No.
Got a lot of attention with the Houston Oiler hat. People all around Tennessee were like, "Where'd you get that hat?
Really?
How'd you get that hat? That was incredible."
Really?
Yeah. And so
It is an incredible hat.
Yeah.
You're all
Yeah.
black though.
Yes.
Black
Very
shoes.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good bit. It's a good
You're
way to
here.
be.
Steve, you've been to Omaha.
Yeah,
today.
let's get to that.
Yeah.
Sip
Let's
has
get
already
to
had.
that.
Been to Omaha.
Sip has had a morning, and it's just 6:02 right now.
It's not that big of a deal.
Well-
It was pretty easy actually. It was
Walk us through your morning so
Kendra,
far.
my neighbor, she's going
Okay.
to Oregon and she needed a ride to the airport.
I told Sip the wrong person. Sorry, I told Bill the wrong person. Then my bad. Kendra, the
Yeah,
neighbor,
Kendra. And she needed a ride and
to Omaha.
and I just took her. It was really no big deal.
You got here at normal
In
time.
fact, we stopped on the way and she got a coffee. I wasn't going to drink the crap that she was drinking. So yeah, I got here. I didn't know if I'd get here. I thought maybe it'd be 6:15.
You got here like at normal time today.
There was
Exactly
there was
normal
a
time.
statement that was shocking. And what was it, Steve? What did you say when you came in?
Well, there was no traffic.
You're surprised. He goes, "Yes, it's crazy. There's no traffic." And I go, "Well, it was 4:00 in the morning. I was driving down the interstate. I hardly saw anybody.
There wasn't much traffic.
Yeah, it wasn't much. Whipped into
Where's
Omaha.
everybody at?
There wasn't
Yeah.
much traffic. Quick idle chit chat. We'll move on from that. Everything was fine. Southwest flight. Blah blah blah. Bill would be interested in this. The great Louis Tiant has passed.
Yes, I saw that yesterday.
Part of our childhood.
Yes, big part of our childhood.
But part of our childhood. Did
83
you
years
imitate
old.
it?
At 83 years old, I couldn't. The way he rolled the eyes, wasn't he the one that did the high eye roll, kind of a
He
kind of look to the sky almost?
yes, I could imitate it if you want. He would turn. I
Yeah.
wonder if Jake and Ben know this. He would do he was a pitcher.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw the motion yesterday.
Yes.
He's in the Red Sox Hall of Fame.
So he would turn away from the batter completely.
Yeah.
And then throw his head up in
Yeah.
the air.
It seemed
And
like
that's what you're talking about. The eye. I
Yeah.
think he did an eye roll or
Yeah.
something. I don't
not
know.
really eye roll, but yes,
Yeah, but he would.
Yeah.
He'd turn. And I would. I was like a lot of kids, and
Yeah.
probably you when we played wiffle ball. I was
Yeah.
Louis Tiant.
yeah, absolutely.
When I pitched, I would do the motion
Yeah.
all the time, and I got it down. I had it
Yeah.
down.
it seems like Hideo Nomo maybe copied that style later on.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was a little slower than his, I think. Hideo Nomo would turn away.
Did you-
Kevin Brown turned away. It's a very uncommon thing to turn all the way away from the batter.
Yeah, Tiant.
But
was
he
the
was the first
originator.
person to do
Yes.
it. The OG.
yes.
OG Cuban. Now, yeah, Missing Tooth Greg was kind of filming in. Interesting. He was a Cuban. He could keep his cigars going all the time. In fact, when he showered, he would have a cigar. He would
My
if
kind
he-
of guy.
If he napped in the bus, he somehow could keep his cigar going. Cuban, and he loved Cuban cigars. But he was a huge part of our childhood. I mean,
Absolutely.
gigantic.
I think it was 83 or 81.
Yeah,
83 years old. All right,
83.
Pete. Louis
Lived in
Tiant.
Maine. Probably natural causes.
Probably. I don't know. At 83.
We're assuming how he passed away. That's sad.
Oh,
He passed away though.
he's passed. Yes.
All right.
I
Pete.
haven't felt right when I get up in the morning for over 14 years. So I can imagine what he felt like at getting up at
at 80.
You're all right.
yes. But
You're
the last 14 years it's been a strain every day. There's
It's-
something wrong.
Get ready, Jake.
Yeah. there's something
58.
I can't wait.
wrong. Yeah.
Can't wait.
It's a mother.
Bill, your travels to Nashville.
Yes,
What
what-
was the highlight of your trip to
You,
Nashville?
you were in Nashville for how many days?
Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. and I would say that it was a double Xanadu. So just the being in Nashville, and when you can just walk into all these just random places, and it's a live band playing at all times. Went down for brunch at 10 o'clock in the morning, and every place has a live band playing.
Beautiful.
And no covered any place. You just walk in, and they're not all the same. Some are better than others, but there was some of the most ridiculous talent. We're at Layla's, and we heard a band. And it was like kind of, I don't know, about 8 to 9 o'clock, something like that time. Like, without I've never heard anything this good.
What was it?
And it was just a band playing. And
What kind of
house
country?
band, like the old country, 70s, 80s country. And then a band came in, they took over. They go from 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock. And this band blew that band away. It was like I couldn't even imagine the name of the first band. And we thought they were incredible. That's how good the talent was. It was just
Everywhere.
It was so cool. Probably my highlight though was the speaking event was incredible. I had a chance to speak to a disabilities insurance group that was national. So I met people from Maine to Los Angeles. But the highlight was going to Vanderbilt after I got off the show on Monday and buzzing over there.
Oh, to see Jerry.
Yeah, and got whisked into the office, and we were talking, and then just had a great time. I sat down with the offensive coordinator and Jerry for a while. And
Jerry Kill.
Yes, and Tim Beck is his name, different Tim Beck. Tim Beck he came from New Mexico State.
Okay.
And that's where they brought over their quarterback that came with them that has played unbelievable.
What's his name?
Diego Pavia.
And just incredible player, a no star out of New Mexico.
Littler guy.
I saw him. I met him.
Is he a little guy?
Yeah, 5'9.5".
Whoa, that's it.
Yeah, 5'9", maybe 5'10" tops. Yeah, just incredible. And he's beaten Auburn and Alabama in his career.
No big deal.
He went to New Mexico State, went to Auburn and beat them. Took him to a bowl game. Then the next year he goes to Vanderbilt.
Pretty good.
And the rest of your life, you
beat Auburn.
Yeah, you did everything. So he just remarkable. But the thing was so incredible. So I'm talking to Jerry Kill for a long time. He goes, "All right, let's go." And sticks his head in the head coach. He goes, "Hey, Bill's here." Oh, great. And I sit down and I go in and I talk to the head coach for 20 minutes.
Clark Lee.
Talked to him for 20 minutes.
I bet he was in a great mood, Bill.
He was super
Clark
busy.
Lee?
Clark Lee,
He
yeah.
was on the phone and he goes, "Hey, can I call you back? Bill's here."
Probably talking to his wife.
Probably was like that. Yeah.
Don't need that.
Yeah. And just, I don't know about that. But,
Clark Lee.
I mean, it was just
LEA.
very, very normal conversation. Just, we talked about a few things, talked about the game, mainly talked about Kentucky because they'd moved on. When I was talking to Tim Beck and Jerry Kill, they were putting game plan together for the Kentucky game.
Kentucky.
And so we would talk through that. It wasn't like a crazy all this, what was it like with this? We just talked, but it was just for the head coach to be like that down to earth, like you
After
said.
on that
Now,
Monday.
I know Clark Lee, we've met in the past, but it wouldn't like that. This guy, just we talk all the time. That's not the case. But he still had time. It was incredible, and it all just kind of moved on. The office is very normal.
Yeah, they want to act like they've been there.
Yeah, very normal.
When they haven't been there, but you got to act like that, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it to be like a frat party on Monday,
In
right?
Power 5 or Power 4 now, there's no one even close to the worst facilities than Vanderbilt. Really? As far, I mean, literally. I mean, their practice fields are you get your work done out there. But when you go into the complex, just like we talked about, it's the same complex from 1972. I mean,
Really?
nothing.
Better
changed.
times, at least.
It's a cinder block building.
Is it really?
It's a cinder block building.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? Why?
Yes. Where the one I sat with one of the position coaches in a room. There's no windows in it. Used to be like where the GAs were. He painted it himself.
Why don't they put more money into it?
That's a big question. They are building onto the stadium. That this will actually get fixed. I think now it's kind of like, hey, you're getting the paychecks now. I'm sure Sankey at some point in time is getting involved. Just like you have to put money back in.
You are the SEC. Act like it
because you're getting the paycheck every year. You're getting that.
That's why I wonder why they won't put more money into it.
But
anyway, good win for Vandy.
Yeah, and it was
good win for Vandy.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's probably one of the greatest wins in the history of college football, but it's even more so because of what happened the previous week.
Right.
That Alabama had just beaten Georgia in that crazy game, and everybody said, you know what? They hired the right guy. And they did hire the right guy. They did hire the right guy.
We'll see how
Kellen DeBoer's the right guy.
Who's Bama play this week?
I'm not sure
Let's
that.
check that out real quick.
It's somebody.
Yeah.
I think it's somebody pretty. Well, it's in the SEC, right?
Yeah. Well, they're in the SEC and they just lost to Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I don't.
So there's no chance of the next game you're gonna be like, yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Bama will host South Carolina on Saturday. They're a
it'll-
21-point favorite.
It'll get real.
Yeah, it's still real.
11
Still
a.m.
real.
kick, early kick for that one.
Yeah. What a deal.
Anyway, so that was remarkable to talk about that and the fact that they carried the goalpost 3 miles. 3 miles. That's a long ways for a group of people to carry a goalpost.
Did you ever get a visual of the goalpost?
I didn't.
being
It came
carried?
down. The odd part is it came down Broadway. I was on Broadway. I just don't know when it happened. And I think it came down much later.
That's okay.
And did not get to see it. So they threw it in the river, and then they got it out of the river. Now they're cutting it up to sell it for NIL.
They're making money on it.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
NIL
who wouldn't? I would like to have a piece of the goalpost. I think it'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
were
anyway,
there.
great trip, incredible trip.
Welcome back. We're glad you had a good time in Nashville.
Yeah. This 3-legged stool's back. And Ben is here. We should acknowledge Ben.
Ben's wearing long
Young
pants.
Benito's here. Yeah, he is. And
Ben's
a
wearing-
jacket.
And a jacket.
It threw Bill off this
It
morning.
really threw me off because Ben's been in a t-shirt and shorts since we've known him every day.
Yes, every single day.
Yes. When I say shorts too, they're gym shorts.
Yep.
He wears gym shorts.
Not khaki shorts.
Not khaki, just gym shorts. So he's
Athletic
ready.
shorts.
All of a sudden, if a game of pickleball breaks out, Ben's like, I'm
Let's
good.
roll. Come
I'm
on.
good. I'm good. He's not like, hang on, I can take my belt off. Nope. Doesn't have a belt
Been
on.
ready for this all day.
He's been in gym shorts for the
Pickleball.
last 9 months. And now all of a
Pickleball.
sudden he showed up in a jacket and long pants. And it really threw me.
And here we are, all four of us,
We are here.
talking sports.
Last
Sports.
thing before we move on from idle chit chat.
What's that,
a quick
Jake?
baseball update.
Yes.
Playoffs.
Yes.
The Padres and Dodgers. It was 6-5 in the second inning yesterday, or third inning. Excuse me.
Who was leading?
Padres. It ended up being 6-5 final score. Padres go up 2-1 on the Dodgers. 1 win away from going to the NLCS. And the
For
Mets,
some
and the Mets
reason-
beat the Phillies also, by the way. Mets are up 2-1 in the Phillies-Mets series.
That's incredible too. It really is. I'm intrigued with the the Dodgers and the Padres because of the hatred. I mean, I knew it was so big with the
Stuff's getting thrown everywhere
with,
in these series.
with San Francisco with the Giants,
Mhm.
but it's incredible. People getting stuff thrown at them. I mean, it's if this goes down, if they get
Padres.
beat, if the Padres beat the Dodgers, that will be incredible.
4 games today.
Yes, and the Royals play at 6:08 p.m. in KC against the Yankees.
4 games.
I'm going to say
today.
that crowd's going to be electric.
I think the cheapest ticket was $199, and that was standing room only. Cheapest ticket
Yeah.
Where's this at?
in Kansas City,
Really?
Kauffman Stadium. Cheapest ticket was
Yeah.
$199, standing room
And
only.
you're not going.
I am not attending tonight's
You're
game.
not.
No.
Okay,
Jake,
do they play
why
tomorrow?
would you not?
Yeah, they will play
He's got
tomorrow.
to do a show. He's got to do
Yeah.
a show.
They will play tomorrow.
He's got to do a show.
There's if they win tonight, there's a chance I would go to tomorrow's to watch the potential clinch. Unlikely, but a chance. I
Yeah,
would be.
You
back
have a
front.
child now.
I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah,
Things have
you have a
changed.
child.
And
Yeah.
then you
Things
have
have
2
changed.
children in here too.
Yes.
Actually 3 with
3.
Big.
I've been called an adolescent before.
Yes. Big Swim
Big
referred to
Swim.
Bill
He
as an
has.
adolescent.
He has. That's fine. That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Renew. Please text or call David at 402-833-3858 or go to renewyourauto.com. They do everything from body shop, ceramic coatings, window tintings, and more. Renewyourauto.com. By the way, regarding David, he texted me this morning that Bolt quit the golf league last night.
He quit.
He quit.
Just walked
He
off.
said was getting sick of how bad he was playing the golf course, and he just quit. Done. So, Bolt, what happened?
Is the league done then? Is the league? So I've never seen a golf league going into October like
Well,
this.
some of these go as long as they can.
Do they?
If the weather's nice, they play golf. So
Did he leave mid round? We'd like to know
it
that.
appears
David.
potentially so. I think mid round was the deal
Where was this?
at the fairways, the former Northwest Lincoln. So that's what happened. David could give us more information.
Well, I will see Bolt this Friday on the Giant reunion weekend in Pender.
boy.
Well, ask him what happened on
Yeah,
Tuesday
I'll
night at
find
the
out.
fairways.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
Now, we usually on Tuesdays will have audio from the coordinators of Tony White and Marcus Satterfield. Of course, there's a bye week this weekend, so we don't have audio. So we don't have any fresh news on Nebraska. But there was some big news yesterday in the world of sports in the NFL. Now, this is a general conversation about mid-season firings or early season firings. Robert Saleh, the head coach of the Jets, was fired by owner Woody Johnson yesterday, despite them being 2-3. They got a big matchup on this weekend against Buffalo.
Oh,
If they were to win, they would be in tied for first in the AFC East. They're not horrible.
2-3.
They're 5 games in, and they fired their head coach. They did.
They did. Yeah, Rodgers fired the head coach.
He did yes, Aaron Rodgers did make this because the reports were that Saleh wanted to get rid of Nathaniel Hackett.
Okay.
Rodgers said no.
5 minutes later, Saleh's fired.
That's exactly what happened. What happened.
What happened? It's pretty clear, right?
I've always said you have to push back if you're not in the building. It doesn't appear as if Rodgers was fighting to keep Saleh. Or it probably wouldn't have happened. I don't
it didn't appear so at all.
That's a good way to put it.
That just put
That's
it
a kind way to put it.
That's the way to put it. I don't appear he was fighting to keep him.
No, he was not fighting to keep him.
To have, but it definitely, from what the reports are, they would completely caught him off guard.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Saleh, yes.
like the owner walked in. I'm sure he's like, okay, he wants to talk about something. Yeah, what we're going to talk about. They talk about fired him and then escorted him out of the building. Mm-hmm. Which is normal. When you get let go, security shows up. They do.
No, they escorted him out. That happened.
That's normal. That's not an abnormal thing. They try, so there's not some sort of a meltdown or something.
I'm not pushing back on this. I just was listening to ESPN on the drive, and they were saying they were not supposed to report that because they weren't sure it was true about the escort. It is normal. I've seen people escort out of buildings in my previous employer, well, it's because Bill said it's just normal.
Okay,
that's a normal thing. That is, it really is. It's not a deal normal. Where it's like they
when you get around in this world a little bit, you'll see more things.
Me
and Bill have seen a lot.
You have, you see it all.
Yeah. Now, so you're wondering, of course, will this impact the Jets in a positive way?
I just wonder when you let a coach go early in the season. We saw it in Nebraska, 2022. Scott Frost was gone after 3 games,
right?
And so you ask, how hot was that seat going into the season in terms of Robert Saleh? Again, Saleh was surprised. I was surprised by the news yesterday.
Yeah, everybody was.
I was surprised.
We didn't see a sign of this coming from. You didn't hear Robert Saleh, after a loss saying, "Oh, Saleh could be whacked this weekend." No, that wasn't the thought.
Because he's a defensive coach, and the defense is number 2 in the NFL.
It's been good the whole time he's been there.
Right.
Every year he's been there, the defense has been great. The offense has had issues, but last year they go 7-10. They didn't have a quarterback. Zach Wilson was struggling, and they did a rotation of Tim Boyle and a couple other guys. 7-10 was actually pretty good for the QB situation he was put in, with Rodgers going out in the first drive of the first game.
Mm-hmm. And they bring in Rodgers, and they think they have that all taken care of. But the offense is 27th in the NFL.
They're bad.
I've watched them. I've assessed them. Bill, very overly simplistic. That's what they're saying, that it's a very simplistic offense. They throw 68% of the time. Okay, they throw 68% of the time, which is like the 3rd highest percentage in the NFL. I don't know why they can't run, because they have the former Iowa State back, right?
Breece Hall.
They just can't block.
And Braylon Allen.
They must not be able to block, right? It's a blocking issue, I imagine.
The O-line is rough.
Yeah, it looked like it. Again, I watched the Denver game. Jake will verify that. We were texting. You were on the text too. They couldn't. They got no. They couldn't run the ball. Couldn't.
No, agreed.
Couldn't run it.
It's hard. You have a
Ben is captivated that we are talking NFL and we're doing it well.
Yeah. And he'll have a take.
He's watching.
As soon as we get out of here, he'll be in here in a second to give us his take on what exactly is going on with the Jets. And he'll have it down. He'll have a take.
I was wondering, as I was listening to this stuff, I wanted to ask Bill a question.
Okay.
The talk, I mean, I was listening to a lot because it was an hour drive, and they were talking all about this. How Rodgers seems to me, and I like him. He's one of my favorite players, but he's flawed. Could you coach him? Does he want to be coached? Do you think Aaron Rodgers wants to be coached?
I believe so. Yeah, everyone they you don't get to be that successful. You have I'm sure they have very strong thoughts and things that they want and how they want things done. That's the reason probably the one person that can coach him is Hackett. Hackett can probably coach him. He probably enjoys being coached by Hackett. That's why he was saved, and that's why he was brought
Hackett
there.
Just weak, and Rodgers can run the show.
I don't believe.
I know that's an unfair question
because
for you.
You have you want every advantage you can possibly have when you go on the field on Sunday. You do. It's not I got all this. No, you want somebody else that is constantly challenging you to make sure you're up to speed.
You can't do that as a quarterback to say,
it.
I got this. I mean, I don't need a lot of help here.
No, you need the help. You need every little nuance that there possibly could be, because it's different. There's never a time as a coach, there's never a almost game of weekly where you just go, that's interesting. Huh, look what they're doing. This bizarre. I was watching film with Vanderbilt, and one of the coaches goes, hey, he was watching the Kentucky long snap. I mean, the center. He goes, look how he holds the ball. He holds the ball sideways. I've never seen it in my life. Really? I go, I've never seen that one time in my life. Usually it's snow coned when they do the ball, or some will hold it regular, sideways. Hold it sideways. I go, I've never seen that. I coached for 34 years of Division I football. I've never seen it one time. So you see stuff all the time. Or what shows up the most is some sort of fact finding. They'll say, hey, look at the strong safety. When he does this, that means this is happening. And he tells, and it's not like a normal one. It's like, just look at his body language. Look what he does with this. Look where his eyes go. There's all these thousands of things that you want to know, all the stuff that's going on. Which when you go out there, things happen. You got to be able to process at such a rate. You want all information.
What a saga in New York. Think about this. Think about what happened. And it's very entertaining. I mean, I'm not an NFL guy.
I was entertained.
Yeah,
well,
this whole thing is very entertaining.
Yeah. The Jets entered this year thinking they had legitimate Super Bowl chances.
Yeah,
they thought that.
Chances,
Woody Johnson said, we have a very, very, very talented team, and we're not doing what we need to do. Like he called Saleh out bad yesterday, basically, in his statement.
He did, and he said something curious to me, and I'm sure it's curious to you guys too. He said it's the best team we've had in 25 years.
Talented.
They made the AFC Championship game in 2009, 2010.
Back-to-back years.
Well, Bart Scott, Sanchez. I mean, what do you know? Who else was on that team? Those are good teams.
Yeah.
I can remember those.
They
teams.
had great defense. They had forget the running back. They had a really good running back too.
Curtis Martin?
No, he was gone by that time.
He upset the Patriots.
They beat Manning and Brady back-to-back years in the playoffs. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what you get out of this. They promoted the defensive coordinator. What you get out of it is Rodgers now can run the team as he sees fit, right? That's what it's, is that crazy to say that?
No, it's not. He's running that team basically.
We should let Jake comment on this stuff because he knows
he's NFL. He's our NFL.
Well, Aaron Rodgers.
Insider.
Am I out of line?
I don't think you're out of line. Okay. Aaron Rodgers is someone that you either love or you hate, I think.
I like him a lot.
I don't know how the team feels about him in New York. I'm sure they like him, respect him, but he's different. He handles this.
Different.
He's very different.
And he's fallen off. Now they're in a pickle, as Bill would say. They are in a pickle because he's not what they expected, I don't think.
Well, the potential pickle that I would see would be if the defense is playing that well, which they are. They've got dudes on defense, and did those dudes that are holding up their end of the bargain on the field playing very well. And there's probably a lot of them that love Saleh.
Right.
And so all of a sudden it's like, hang on.
Good point.
We just got our head coach.
Point.
We just got our head coach ran out of here. He's a defensive guy. We're playing great on defense. We're second in the league in defense. And we connect with our head coach.
Correct.
But now we got ran out of here because the offense couldn't move the ball.
If that's the OC sticks around.
And the OC sticks around.
Does it help, Bill, that the defensive coordinator is now the head coach? That's got to help, right?
It doesn't hurt. Yes, right. It doesn't hurt at all. But the one thing that was said right away, the reason he was promoted because he is respected so much in the building. Well,
but you're right.
He's a direct reflection of Saleh. He is. And so there's guys sitting there. They're like going, you know what? I'm putting my face on people every snap. I'm playing D-line. I'm playing this position. I'm putting my guts out there. And all of a sudden, somebody else made the call and the head coach.
And it could be the quarterback. Yeah. Well, come on. I mean, the guys are in the locker room are going to assume the same thing that the fans are assuming, and that writers in Lincoln, Nebraska are assuming that Rodgers was pulling strings here. But you're right. That's a good point. Now, see what could be next in the saga, and it'll be like a soap opera on ESPN now. What could be next in the saga is the defensive players expressing dismay publicly. Public dismay. What the hell? Why did they fire our head coach? 2-3? I mean, we're only 5 games in.
And they've been a mess forever. The Jets have.
For a long time.
If you want to listen to someone, I'm not listening to 1 second of listen to Greeny. Listen to Greenberg on, was it Wake Up?
Big Jets fan.
That's his team. Yeah. So he'll have it. He will know everything about it because he will cover it.
Yeah.
inside now.
Yeah, he will. Jake
cover-
and Greeny are the ones
Yes.
to listen to.
right now. If you want to get a hold of somebody, Jake Sorensen, Mike
Mike
Greenberg,
Greenberg.
They're in
The
his
two
they're
people.
Jake's division.
they are.
I like seeing them in chaos. It makes me smile because we're also in chaos in Miami.
Jake, are you one of those that just that gets his happiness with
Oh, I'm
somebody
happy.
else when someone else goes
well,
back?
when it's a
Jake.
rival, when it's Bill, when
You're
it's a
better
rival,
than that.
when
Jake,
it's a
you're better than
rival,
that, Jake.
I love seeing the Patriots in disarray. They deserve
When
it.
it's a rival,
They
yeah.
deserve
When is the
it.
last time you heard us talk about that? Oh, man, I can't wait to get some of that Jets Dolphins.
Well, you're not a
It's not
Dolphins
a-
or Jets
it's-
fan.
yeah,
If-
it's not-
as
it's
someone
not-
who
it's
is,
not a
yeah.
rival. It's not like this isn't Cowboys Steelers or something.
Oh,
like
in
that.
Miami, it's a rival.
You're talking the
Jets,
Jets
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Can't get that all over yourself. No,
That's America.
Yeah, that's America.
There's been some great
You want to
Jets
see
Dolphins
something?
games
You
in
want to
the
see
past.
something get real?
Bill,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't take any calls. The
yeah,
Jets and Dolphins are playing.
Well, there's in Miami and New York, it feels that way. Okay, maybe not nationwide, but it does. But I am curious though, Bill. Again, 2 years ago, you were part of a team, a staff that at 3 games in, the head coach was let go. 4 games in, the
Frosty.
DC was gone. Scott Frost, Eric Shenander. You took over for the defense, and it was markedly better. And Mickey Joseph was obviously the interim head coach for a team that goes through an entire offseason and a training camp with a head coach in place, a DC in place, and they're both gone by game 4. What's that locker room like, and how do you keep them all together?
Well, it's complicated. I'm in no way ever promoting a coach ever losing his job mid-season.
Right.
The only way is if there's a tell that they have completely lost the team.
Like
That's
Purdue.
That's the only tell. When you look at someplace and just go, you know what? They are not playing hard. They're not interested. That's the time when you would look very hard. If you look at them, it's like you've lost, but the team is showing up and they're playing really hard and doing that. That would be a time that you would push back on it. Now, being part of that whole situation at Nebraska was easier for me because I hadn't, I said I'd only been full time and coaching there for a few games.
Yeah.
And then also I'd coached with Mickey. I'd been with him when he was a player and I was a graduate assistant. Then I was with him at LSU. And we were very good friends and close and recruited together and done all these things together. So I wasn't, I knew how things would be. So that made it easier for that phase of it for that to take over like that. So it was very simple for me. But sometimes you have that, and in that particular case here, the team did respond. The team did respond and showed up with incredible grit throughout everything, and so that was good for the state and for those players on that team, obviously. But it is a tough situation, especially when there's some sort of pushback. If the team is then divided, when there is a someone is let go and it's divided, then you really have a problem. Then you really have a problem. That's what could be happening at the Jets potentially, because the defense is playing very well.
I appreciate what you said, but Bill, these are interesting discussions. I appreciate what Bill said, that if you're not in that building, you don't know everything. But you can't, on the same token, Bill, you can't. There's some things you do know. I mean,
there's some things that do. Somebody just go, hang on now.
Right.
You're telling me that this isn't true. I don't
Right.
know. Yeah.
Thank you.
When you look at it from afar, it's not like everything is just great.
Right. Like you can't. I mean, I've been in these positions where there's always a temptation just to say, "Well, I don't know what's going on because I'm not inside those walls." I mean, some things, and some things about this Rodgers thing. Like that sideline encounter with Saleh,
hug or push.
It was super interesting. And at the time, you thought maybe it's benign. Like, well, who cares? And they both explained it away really well. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
I remember
it was a very odd embrace.
Yeah, it was odd. I mean, it was. I think the Jets went up 2 touchdowns
on the Patriots in week 2.
The Jets went up 2 touchdowns, Bill, and Rodgers encountered Salah, whatever his name is, Salah on the sideline, and Salah went to hug him, and Rodgers pushed him away, and was like, "There's there," and he said, "I think there's your 2." Salah always would say, "Get up 2 scores, get up 2 scores," and Rodgers said, "There's 2 scores," and then walked away. So, and people said there must be something going on. Both of them denied it. Now you look at it, that was something. There's probably something. Yeah, that was. Yeah. They didn't have a good relationship, apparently. Rodgers is just a he's trouble.
Here from the text line, Chase B says, as a Packer fan, all I can do is laugh at the Jets for how toxic Rodgers is.
See, he got that tag.
Oh,
he has
there's
that
no
tag.
doubt that's the tag. You can't. There's no pushback that the tag is that.
He has that tag.
He missed things. He would do his own thing. He went into total darkness for 7 days.
This has happened twice now.
Twice. Different stuff. Where
therapeutic darkness.
So I'm just telling you that when someone gets up and speaks for the team like that, not everyone. It's not the whole team. There's guys on the other side going, well, when we're in camp, he wasn't there, and then you go back and you just watch. I like to see where was Manning. Probably in camp.
And
where was
Saleh,
Brady at? Yeah. Probably in camp back in the days. I mean, all those things that go, hang on now.
Oh, and you know what Saleh said too? When Rodgers was away, you remember, Jake, what Saleh said? Unexcused absence.
That's right.
I mean, you're talking about
it.
You're talking about a 40-year-old NFL Hall of Famer, and the head coach publicly said unexcused absence. That doesn't go well with a guy like Rodgers.
Which he should.
Exactly.
Which he should.
Totally agree.
Yeah, that thing went both ways right away. When you bring in a quarterback when Favre went to the Vikings, it worked. I mean, they were one play away from going to the Super Bowl.
Correct. Yep.
I mean,
point.
It worked.
Good point.
And it just kind of seemed like that Favre was kind of a dude, kind of came in and fit in. That's how I describe it.
Mm-hmm.
From a long ways away.
Okay, if you just zoom out, and this is really dangerous.
Big picture.
This is dangerous territory for me to go into and build to a certain extent because we don't follow the NFL like Jake does. But if you just zoom out, okay, so you're going forward with Rodgers and Hackett. I've seen Hackett in action.
Hackett, who failed miserably in Denver as the head coach, and now is not done well in New York.
And if you look at instances of what happened in Denver, it was comedy. It was comical.
It appeared to be a clown show.
Yeah, now you got Hackett and Rodgers running the show. Okay, Woody Johnson. Let's see what that looks like.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Before I get to break, Sip, you had an early morning. You surely had to be famished.
You'd like to have had something to eat on the way over, wouldn't you, Steve?
Yeah, I suppose.
I suppose you would. Yeah.
You deserve a nice breakfast at Early Bird after the show's
The
over.
Bird.
Yeah. 19th and K. Breakfast burritos, chicken fried steak, which is what, Bill?
Smothered.
A variety of pancakes, and of course, the world famous hash holes.
Hash holes.
That's your best. That was your best hole yet.
That was
For
good.
some reason, my voice is okay.
All of a sudden, you've rebounded. So it's like you never smoked. It's almost like you had never smoked at all.
His lungs are back.
His lungs are back. How about that?
Check it
They're
out.
rejuvenating themselves.
19th.
We've had a medical miracle. We've had a medical miracle.
Also,
His
locations in Iowa and
cardiovascular system
Omaha.
is recovered.
Early Bird.
Don't laugh, Ben. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
Sean Callahan next, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $437 per month for 36 months. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004120, 437 per month, lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, 5,500 due at signing, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 9/30/2024. See dealer for details.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings, your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
It's Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, once again, we have reached the midway point of the football season for Nebraska at 5-1, the bye week now for the Huskers. We're joined now by Husker Line Sean Callahan. Sean, good morning. Nebraska 5-1, 1 win away from a bowl game with 6 games to go. Do they look about what you thought they looked like before the season, or what? How do you assess them through 6 games compared to what you thought they looked like, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say if they look exactly like I thought they looked. I don't know if any fan base can say that about their team in college football, but there's been good things we've seen on offense with Raiola. I think the offensive line has overcome injury adversity at times. There's questions still with the running game and how that works. Defensively, though, I think you can argue this group is as good, if not playing better right now than we thought they could play. I mean, the way they played in that goal line stand last week, and the way they're playing up front, the way Sierra Wright stepped in for Tommy Hill, John Bullock. There's been a lot of positives on this defense. Now, special teams, as we know, is a huge thing still, particularly just some of the operational kicking issues and the punting issues that we saw in terms of the protection on the punts. But yeah, 5-1, you take 5-1, especially with where Nebraska's been since 2016.
Sean, I don't expect you to do a full-on analysis, but we haven't talked a lot about the offensive line. It doesn't feel like. How would you assess their play in a paragraph?
I think they've been okay. We had Jeremiah Searles last night on
What did he say?
and he's pleasantly surprised with Gunnar Gatula and how he's stepped in and what they've done. Obviously, he said he's not a great run blocker yet in terms of getting that push because he's a younger player. But as he goes, it's usually just one on all the plays. He goes, there might just be one guy that might be off on what they're supposed to do, and it's not always the same person. So he feels like they're really close. It just hasn't been able to click for them as a unit, especially in the run game. But there are flashes of what they can be. Also, the backs probably need to do a better job at times of just hitting the hole. I mean, Emmett Johnson, we've seen a couple times, or guys have opportunities and they might just miss the hole or miss the read. So there's a lot of things that have, probably played a factor with the running game, but they need to run it better. I think if they're going to win in these final 6 games, they need that running game to produce much more than we've seen.
Joined by Sean Callahan. Sean, we saw Sierra Wright for PFF, Pro Football Focus, was the highest ranked cornerback in the country in Week 6. I'm curious, how surprised are you by his performance so far in filling for Tommy Hill?
Well, as far as the recruit goes, he's higher ranked than anybody they have, really on the entire defense. I mean, he's a bona fide top 100 player coming out of high school, started at USC. But the way he left USC made you question, what was the situation there. Clearly a change of scenery has been good for him getting to Nebraska. And so the talent's always been there. You just didn't know what was the issue at USC and why it didn't work there for him. But yeah, he's been, I expect him to play, to be ranked overall in the Big Ten right now. He's ranked number 3 in terms of corners in the conference. I think that the question now is how do they manage this with Tommy Hill? Because there's no doubt he's going to be on the field. It'd be just foolish to not be playing him from here on out. And Tommy Hill is the highest draft prospect still arguably on this roster. So how do you manage that moving forward with Marquise Buford also playing corner, Hartstug at a safety like corner type role? I mean, there's a lot of moving around that's probably going to have to happen because you can't take Sierra Wright off the field right now.
Interesting, Sean. John, I'd say we've kind of covered this, but Bullock, did you envision this rise of Bullock? Is he playing? I'll phrase it this way: is he playing at an All Big Ten level right now? I mean, a first team All Big Ten level.
It's numbers wise, yes, but I always hesitate to ever say right now anyone's All Big Ten because there's 18 teams in this conference.
18.
And, to get all Big Ten, you're pretty much an All-American at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think about I voted on it last year at 14, and it's really, really hard to say you're all Big Ten because usually what happens is the best teams in the league, the votes go towards those players. So Nebraska's got to stay up there for guys to get all Big Ten. Do I think he's going to make a team, whether it's first, second, third? Yes. I think he's put himself in that position, which is kind of where you have to talk because Nick Scourton, in my opinion, was one of the best players in the Big Ten last year. He didn't make all Big Ten last year because he was on Purdue.
Right.
So some of it still has to do with the team you play for and where you finish. So Nebraska needs to finish strong for some of these players to get some of those recognitions.
Sean, I saw On3 had Dylan Raiola and Ja'Cory Barney and their freshman All-American team mid-season. Do you worry about a freshman wall for either of those two players?
No, not with Dylan. I mean, Dylan's not a typical freshman. I think for Barney, it's just the physicality and the scouting. You already saw Rutgers really had that scouted out well, but give Satterfield credit. They kind of used him as a decoy, and that freed up the Janiron Bonner touchdown run. And in fact, Ja'Cory Barney laid the key block on the edge to allow that to play. So I think for Nebraska now, can they use some of the things with Barney as wrinkles to open up some other things? Because obviously when he is on the field, they are going to key on him, especially when those motions come into play. Everybody's eyes are on those motions. So can that motion then allow other things? And we saw a couple runs pop early in the game up the middle because the eyes all move towards him when he's coming around the corner to Raiola. But they've been outstanding, as true freshmen, what they've done. I'd like to see a kick return opportunity for Barney. The kick returns are just hard to come by. You just don't see a lot of them anymore in college football.
Hey, Sean, it's obviously a bye week. Now, you're at first blush, you might think, the coaches will head out and recruit. But that's not necessarily the case. I've heard you say, why is that?
Well, they only get 33 days total. So every coach out counts as a day. So if you put 10 coaches out today, that'd be 10 of your 33 days.
Okay.
So they're really careful. They've used probably 6, 7, 8 days already, and they're going to save them for the November bye week. And that rule will go out a lot during that week. You might see a coach out Friday this week, maybe one guy out here or there. But it's complicated because from September 1 to December 1, you only get 33 total days to use, and then there's no days anymore in December to go out in the living room before the early signing day in December. So this is it. Those 33 days are really important.
Is the idea that you go out on the second bye week because it's closer to that December signing day?
Yeah, it's closer to signing day.
Yeah, so that's why you head out.
Yep. Sean, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We'll chat with you again next week.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Husker Online, Sean Callahan.
There you go. So it's not a big recruiting time this week. They practice up until I want to say Friday. Then they get Saturday and Sunday off. It's possible they get Friday. The players, they might get Friday off too. I don't have my notebook in front of me. I wrote it down. I don't have
that in front of you though.
No.
Okay.
But would they have Friday off? Would the players have Friday off, or does it matter? Would you give them 3 days off?
Everyone does it different, but I would imagine they would have 3 days off.
God almighty, I wouldn't give those kids 3 days off. I'd give them 2 if I were the head coach. 2
Head
is
coach
enough.
Sipple over here.
2. Why give them Friday? I mean, I don't get it.
Fresh, recovery, happy team means a lot.
All right.
How you manage your team.
Saturday and Sunday, you can get happy and recover.
Yeah.
That's just saying. But I think they might be off Friday. They might be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You give them 2 days off, though, if you're head coach. Head coach, you work the whole week. Head coach.
Got a lot of stuff to work on.
That's true. Before we get to break, hey, segment 2 always sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids Farmers. We know that volume discounts are a major factor in ordering seed. Oftentimes, discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck's has the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Go to Beck'sHybrids.com for a full farm quote. And always remember the 3 F's: faith, family, and farming at Beck's Hybrids.
Got several photos of Trevor yesterday not from Trevor, from non-Trevor people. Trevor was going field to field delivering meals.
He was?
He had meals like that. He was pulling up into random Beck's fields when they were out harvesting, stopping the combine, going up into the combine with a container of hot food.
Wow.
Yes.
So
wings, barbecued pork sandwiches.
Jeez.
Yes. So they was delivering them unannounced.
Tupperware in the field.
All of a sudden, yes, Tupperware. All of a sudden, you're just like, okay, we got to get this done. Who is that? I'll be go to hell. It's Trevor. Yeah, he's waiting at the end of the row. Oh yeah. I'll be go to hell. And Trevor gets out like that, and he's got a cooler full of warm meats.
Go to hell.
Yeah.
That's quite a service.
Beck's. That's what it is. Me and Jake are used to. We've been out there live. Jake drove his car.
We went to.
Jake drove his car. He's the only car that was there.
I got laughed at.
Yeah,
really?
Technology days.
Yeah, technology.
He did. It was great. Yeah. There's like 500 cars there. I 500 trucks and
so
one
I
car.
ask you, other seed companies are they showing up with
Probably
coolers
not.
of meats?
I would guess not.
Probably not. That's what Trevor does.
See,
that's
Trevor.
what he does. And guess who started that?
Sonny
Beck. Absolutely.
You'll meet him someday, Sip.
Well, maybe the Indiana game.
Yeah, he'll probably be there.
There's a round 2 here
next week.
There's a round 2.
Yeah.
You get a second chance to see Sonny Beck.
Yeah, I mean Bloomington's probably close to where he's at.
Atlanta, Indiana.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be far.
Wouldn't be far.
Louis Tiant, better times.
It was.
It was.
When we come back, the mailbag and song of the day on
The
Early
bag.
Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and proud to be involved in our community. Property tax relief is important to every family. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history, and I will continue to advocate for property tax relief. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of healthcare, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting wefixbasements.com or call 402-804-1024. At Foundation Repair, we fix basements.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoichFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's most dependable side-by-side, the Mule Pro, built to take on your most demanding days. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of October. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Stop by every Saturday for their Husker tailgate with free food, drinks, and games.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day
Jeez.
from 1974, Fox on the Run by Sweet. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Text a rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
High score. High score
I think
coming.
Bill had all the words there in that one.
No, he didn't, because there's no way you know the words after he says Fox on the run. I mean, there's no way you can know those lines. I have no idea what he said, and you wouldn't either. Fox on the run, and he had everybody come. It sounds like he's take a run and hide
Check it out. real
and
quick.
melt away. I have no idea what they're saying.
Fox on the
You
Run.
think you have a pretty face.
Yeah, there's that.
But the rest of you is out of
You can
place.
understand
Yeah,
that, but the immediately
yeah,
after the
there-
Fox on the
there's a little
run.
bit of some tough words.
Yeah.
there,
Oh, yeah. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Hit it, Jake.
Fox on the Run, you scream and everybody comes a running.
Okay. No way I knew that.
Take a run and hide yourself away.
Okay.
For Foxy, Fox
Yeah,
on the
that's
run
it.
and hide away. Yeah.
And hide away.
I couldn't imagine being in the band that day and like, where are you guys going? We're going to the studio. What are you guys going to cut? Fox on the Run. I mean,
What does Fox on the run
I
mean?
don't know.
No,
But
it
it's
doesn't mean anything.
It's one of the most incredible songs ever written.
It is.
1974, Better Times.
Yes.
Oh,
It's, you know what sweet sounds like, and it just hit me. Tell me, Bill, you got to agree with this. Cheap Trick.
Ooh.
there's a little bit
okay.
of, yeah, there's some Cheap Trick there. I agree with that.
Sounds
I
like
mean, they were that, I
almost
just,
like a Cheap Trick knockoff.
the nice part of that is that when you played that and you listened to that, Jake, you learned that in two ways, either album or 8-track. That's when you learned that song. There was no.
What's it, a
cassette.
45?
What's that? There've been a 45.
45.
Yeah. So either a
Little 45 record.
little 45 records. Yes, you could stack them. Remember, you could stack them.
Yeah.
And the one thing would click over and knock it down, and the next then play the next song. It was incredible. the stack got too high
Yep.
on the round table,
Yeah.
it'd slow down.
Right.
So like, I had to stop it and take some of the records off because it couldn't keep up.
And then it gets scratched.
That would be, yeah. And then sometimes you wait for, hope it doesn't work, hope it doesn't scratch. But and when you took those babies, I was like, don't touch them.
Right.
Don't touch
Oh,
the
God.
album.
Yeah.
And remember when you clean them? Oh,
Yeah.
I tell you, had to put this. Oh, you clean them. And you're like, do not touch the album. If you touch your brothers or somebody,
Oh, God.
you're like, if you had a friend had an
Yeah.
older brother, like,
Yeah.
who's the guy you couldn't touch his car?
Steve Zora. Jan Zora was the brother.
Yeah, and it was a Nova.
Nova.
Right?
Green Nova.
He's a green
Couldn't
Nova.
touch it.
Couldn't touch it.
If you touched it, it was hell to pay.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, it was like, Jan's going to see you do that.
Yeah. It's the same way.
One time a basketball bounced
Go
off of
ahead
it.
and just be sitting in the basement, have a hold of somebody's albums with their thumb on it.
Yeah,
Just go ahead,
same.
just walk downstairs and just see that scene of what are you doing? And that was the playlist. The playlist at the time was just get a bunch of 45s and you'd stack them.
Yeah.
That would be the deal. And then and if you want to change songs, a little spot in between, you'd move the needle over. Oh, better times. It's like I'm there. It's like I'm in a shag carpet basement right now. listening
Right.
to Fox
In a
on
basement.
in a basement. Yes. No windows. Not safe. Not safe.
Safe enough.
But still
Safe
better
enough.
times.
Still
Better
times.
times.
Yes.
Better, sweet, better times. Okay, grades. High. Super. God, it sounded good this
Yeah.
morning.
In the headphones, yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Well,
good.
just good. Yeah. 94756. 94576.
96222.
Wow. Okay.
Better times.
Better
sweet.
time. That was incredible.
Young
Jake.
Ben not gonna be Bubba 4, right?
Ben,
No, he'll be. He liked it.
It had some tempo. I'm going to give it a 6.9. It had some tempo.
7.5.
7.5.
All right.
You
Ben.
like
He's
it.
in long
That's pretty good
pants.
for young
He's in
Ben.
long pants. He's coming around.
Had some tempo.
Some tempo.
It's upbeat.
It's
He
upbeat.
likes
He likes upbeat. He likes happy songs.
Yeah.
He doesn't like power ballads.
No,
Yeah.
too slow for young
Frosty
Ben.
does though.
Some ratings here on these songs today. Bill and Bennett, 6.5. Triple H's dad, a 5. Guilt Nerd,
5.
3.1 from Guilt Nerd.
I like him.
He says meh on it too.
On Fox on the Run,
That seems.
I'm gonna
He
fight
might
people.
be having a bad day.
Mike
Yeah.
in Dalton, 9.3 at the Bandit for Who Clemens? Bird 6!
Thank you, Bird. It's a nice call.
That's a proper score from
Yeah.
Bird. 6 is good.
6 is like a 9.
It is. It's good. It's good scale there. Gavin.
Good
and
job, guys.
Gavin
by the
and
way.
Pender,
Yes.
a 10.
Oh,
10. Thank you, Gavin. I'll see Gavin on Friday. They're having he's one of the keynote speakers at the big event.
wait a second. So you guys are having a reunion?
What? Yeah, it's they have a new football field, and so
Pender.
everyone's who played on the original Heine Memorial Fields, a 100-year field from 1924 to 2024.
Wow.
All the alumni are coming back. There's
Say
gonna
the
be
years again, please.
from 1924 to
Jeez.
2024. So a 100-year field.
Jeez.
And so everyone who's ever played on has been invited back.
So do the QBs get special recognition?
Yeah, the all conference ones. Yeah. Little special deal. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, keep going.
Ryan in California, 5.3. Ellis in Illinois, 8.4. Big Bird in Columbus, 9.98 on that one. Brett and Bertrand, solid 6.8.
Okay.
Bobby Dean Smith says 8.4 from Bogart, Georgia. On that
Nice.
one.
Bobby Dean Smith from Bogart, Georgia.
Bobby Dean.
Lyle in Omaha, 7.6. Doug in Harrison, Idaho says, yes, please, 9.2.
Thank you.
851, by the way.
There's no one from our era, me and Steve Sipple era, that with that song would come on just randomly. If all of a sudden you're just at the Outback at Barry's and that came on, everyone's like, "This
Jacked.
is awesome. This is straight gas."
Jacked.
Yeah.
This is maybe the first time ever I've actually had a comment and a score from Jennifer and hubby.
Really?
Wait a second.
Usually it's just Jennifer score, hubby score.
Okay, get in
It
here.
says fantastic, Jake. Hubby, Jennifer 9-1, hubby 7-5.
Yeah, that's the era. That's our era. They would have listened. Text in. They would have listened to that on an 8-track or an album in the basement.
Probably.
Yes. Yeah. There's no other way to listen to it.
No,
back
no,
then.
there
Or
wasn't.
radio, but there's no cassettes yet. There was no discs.
Now, someone says in California, this is terrible bubblegum song.
No,
3.
no.
A bubblegum
disagree. No,
song,
it's
really?
not.
I gotta push
No.
back.
No, I'm gonna push
Push
back.
back, Bill.
Yeah, I'm pushing back real hard. Yeah.
I don't think
Yes.
that's a bubble gum.
Someone says, by the way, for Bill's reunion on Friday, free cigarettes for Bill's team from the 80s back in Pender.
Absolutely.
Free
Duke will bring
cigs.
them. So I have this.
So, Duke,
I have
it's on
this.
Duke.
No, it's a true story. So my dad found him. My dad's got his jacket and I've got mine. Like where everyone gets these jackets and your name's embroidered on them. and your numbers
If you're on the
embroidered.
team.
If you're on the team, the seniors get these jackets. We had all these jackets we got, and we wore them all the time. Mine's still perfect shape. Duke can't wear here because he's got a bunch of cigarette holes burned in the sleeves.
Oh boy, I know the deal. I had a Boston Celtics jacket, one of those nice jackets, and I burned a bunch of holes in the sleeve. They're on the front too. Oh, well, no, what happens? The embers fall down.
Yeah, that's what happened to Duke too.
Duke.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Duke.
Duke will be there on Friday.
Wow, Jennifer and hubby with comments
A
today.
fantastic song, they said.
Yes.
We never get a comment, just scores.
Thank you.
That's your song of the day, sponsored by Sauter Heyman Jewelers. It's time for the mailbag. Let's fire
the bag.
Get up. The mailbag is sponsored by our friends at Applied Connective Technologies. What are the worst words in IT, Bill?
The worst thing you never hear? I've been hacked.
Oh my God, it's a bad thought. Bad words. Won't happen with Applied Connective. They manage IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, audio, video, and more in all 93 counties of the state.
And
and
we are
beyond.
connecting these people together. We're doing that just one by one, and it's incredible. The people that have signed up with them through the ticket and what they rave about the results that they're getting now.
You hooked him up with Steve Mossman.
Mossman, yes, lawyer of the stars.
Yes.
Lawyer
It's
of
a
the
big
stars.
deal.
It's a big deal right now. Mossman has some files he has to keep triple secret, and he needs to be secured. That's his concern right now.
There you go.
Because of lawyer and the law. So he's got things to be protected. So he got together with Applied Connect immediately.
Smart.
And now guess what? He sleeps comfortable at night.
Yep. Smart.
AppliedConnective.com. Check it out today. All right, to the mailbag. Kip has a little comment with a question. He says, baseball is weird. So fun to play, but odd to watch. Here's why. The defense has the ball. The coach is called a manager and dresses like a player. The ump wears a suit jacket. There is no clock, or used to be no clock. Hitting 40% makes you a legend. If the baseball hits a speck of dirt on a pitch, they get rid of it. It's 9 versus 1 usually, and now the base runners wear oven mitts. Thoughts on baseball?
That's
All
a great
these things.
summation.
There's
That's a
some
great summation.
Kip.
And he didn't mention that you have a ghost runner. Also,
do.
didn't even mention ghost runner.
now.
You have a ghost runner. Because me and Steve talked about that was common that you used to use the term ghost runner on second.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
Did we have this
Now it's
discussion with
Rich.
Jake?
No,
The
it's just you
reason
and
I
me.
was the reason I asked the question when you said ghost runner, is there a runner? Because when me and Bill played wiffle ball,
yeah,
there wasn't. We used there would be a no runner if
Yeah.
you didn't have enough guys.
it'd be a ghost runner.
Ghost runner.
Yeah. And the best part about Ghost Runner was that it wasn't like if Ghost Runner on second,
right?
Someone hit a single, he just went to third.
It wasn't
no
shot of going in.
There's no gap single where we wheeled it
Wave
in.
him in.
Wave him in. No.
It's a
It was like,
single.
oh no, I scored it.
Nope.
No, you didn't.
Nope.
He
was
was
on
bad.
third.
Ghost
Come
Runner
on.
went to
Ghost
third.
runner on third.
Ghost Runner on third.
And then, you're at bat, Jake. You'd announce ghost runner on third.
Yeah,
You
it was
did.
a big deal.
Okay.
Also, then you play the game Workup. Remember Workup also?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you play a game. Everybody be out there. If you caught a fly ball, then you went to bat.
Oh,
Remember that you went to bat.
Now, we didn't do that in Columbus.
You worked your way up. a
that
little
was C2 stuff.
bit. Yeah.
Class C2.
We had to do some of that because some of us had to play multiple sports.
Oh, there it is.
Some of us didn't play one sport and tap out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
we changed uniforms.
Anthony in
Anthony.
Sabetha, Kansas says, good morning, guys. What animal best describes your personality?
Good God.
Please don't say ostrich this time, Sip.
I won't.
I don't know.
I don't. Bill, please.
Waving
do
to a
this.
breaker outside.
Hi, breaker.
Hello.
I don't know how to answer that. I don't.
Well, if I wanted to be an animal, I'd want to be a polar bear.
So there you
Would you?
go.
Yeah, you
You
would.
and Nash.
I'm infatuated with two things: polar bears and penguins. And
So
I also,
penguin.
and I'm a penguin dad at the Henry Dorley Zoo. Yes,
You are.
Gus is his name.
How
Yes,
does
you
that
have a
happen?
penguin.
I have a penguin at the Henry Dorley
What?
Zoo. Yeah, absolutely.
How's that?
Gus,
happen?
because you can get a card and you get to be a penguin dad.
How long have you had the penguin
Oh
for?
God, like 5-6 years. And so in my
You go see him.
yeah,
Why do we not
absolutely.
know this till right now?
Well, the best part is with Gus is that, so we think Gus is the fat one. So when my nieces and nephews go, Sawyer and Ella and Nolan go to look, they look and they try to find. They go to the penguin, like trying to find them. They're like, there's Gus, and they pick him out, but that's Bill's
They can see
penguin.
him
It's the fat one.
because he's
So
a bigger one.
the big fat penguin.
You can't miss Gus. I could point out Gus probably.
You guys aren't penguin dads.
No,
I wish I
Oh.
wasn't. I didn't know you were.
no.
Ben, I'm telling you, it's really fulfilling.
Huh.
I have a card in my wallet.
Several people say you would be a a feral cat, which you have said
Okay,
before.
I'll take
If
it.
I were a feral cat, was something you said the
that's good.
airwaves once before.
I am very interested in feral cats.
Yes,
you are.
Yeah. Now, you see, yeah. Always have been.
Okay, this is from Brandon. Says, okay, for the guys who love better times, Sip and Bill.
That's us.
That's us.
You guys talk
Parallel
about
lives.
you love when Jake plays 70s songs.
Yes, we do.
What is your absolute favorite 70s band? If you had to pick one. It's from Brandon.
Budokan. How about some Budokan?
Yeah, Cheap Trick. Yeah,
it's tough.
It was one of the most incredible.
I listened to him a lot.
Yeah, it's one of the most incredible. You know what? There's so many though. I loved REO Speedwagon. They were one that was good like that.
This is a hard one.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Oh,
was fabulous. That changed you. That went in. That was better times. I couldn't really nail one. That wasn't. It was just a certain. And then you would still listen to some. You'd listen to some weird old country stuff too. Would pop in like that. You'd hear all of a sudden.
Not all weird.
Not
I mean,
weird,
it's
but just
incredibly
Waylon and
good.
yeah, incredible stuff. So
I'd almost say Waylon and Willie. I mean, it'd be. I'd have to
I would
almost
expect
say
that from you. That's a good answer.
That's probably what I listen to most.
What about Petty?
Petty? Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Some of it was more late 70s.
Yeah, he was late
to
70s.
early 80s.
Well, when did come on, Jake, help me. The Pink album. It was just Petty playing a guitar in front of a pink backdrop. I thought that was earlier 70s. Damn the Torpedo.
Damn the Torpedo. That was like mid 70s.
Okay. I'd say Petty actually. Now that I'd say Petty and then Waylon Willie. That's what I listen to most.
Last one from Eric. He says, we all know we love Nebraska. What's your favorite non-Nebraska state in the USA? It's from Eric.
That's a hard one, Bill. You've been around.
Yeah,
Bill's been in a lot of states.
Yeah, as far as where I lived at, it's not even close. It's Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah, they want to drink old fashioned, and it has to be brandy.
Okay.
And if
You like Wisconsin?
They like Wisconsin. They like to eat bratwurst. They want a polka, and they love their Badgers and their Packers, and they do things outside like crazy.
Where do I like to travel? Texas. I do. I like it. I like Texas. I'm not gonna lie. I like going to that. I love San Antonio and I love Lubbock. I love San Antonio. I mean, San Antonio is that when we went down there, I just loved it. It was beautiful.
Wisconsin probably has 300 supper clubs that are still operating.
That
They're
helps.
still operating. Just in small towns.
I want to go sometime to a
It's
supper club.
the old school salad bar. You walk through the salad bar. Mac salad.
Wisconsin's pretty old timey, just in general.
It's very. They do not move forward, which I like. Which is what
Better
times.
Better times.
Yeah.
I'll say South Dakota.
South
It's a great-
Dakota.
I love
Great
South
state.
Dakota. Love South Dakota.
Black
Sioux
Hills.
Falls, Black Hills. Just beautiful.
You love it. You
I
do
do
love
love
it.
South
I
Dakota.
do.
You fit in there because you're an albino. And
Yeah, I
there's a
do.
lot
I
of-
fit in very well.
You're very albino.
I fit in very well in South
Yes.
Dakota.
Yes.
It's where I belong.
Right.
It's where I belong. That's the Mailbag, sponsored by our friends at
The Bag.
Applied Connective Technologies. Thanks to them. Check them out at appliedconnective.com. When we come back, I saw an early look, mid-season look at the potential playoff in college football. What can we see
Playoff.
in a couple months from now? We'll discuss that next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call Liberty Law Group at 877-42-LIBERTY. Advocates you need, trial attorneys you can trust. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. October is pork month, so now through October 13th, enjoy fresh pork belly for $2.99 per pound. Fairway's Hickory Smoked Bacon 16-ounce packs for $4.99. Fresh pork sausages for $2.99 per pound, and all-natural pork Boston butt for $1.88 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
$93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies with light south winds and an afternoon high around 86. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with calm winds and a low around 56. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds and an afternoon high around 89. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we want to thank all of our customers for a great September. And now it's time for our annual Halloween sales event happening right now at Koppel. Get 0% financing at Koppel. You heard right, 0% financing on select new models. Also, huge discounts up to $11,500 are available. It's our annual Halloween sales event. Get $11,500 off or 0% financing at Koppel. So please stop on by or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did 0% with roof credit.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a
feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I'm not the Texans and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Also at 70th and Pioneers. And what is happening today with Shin Daddy in Creighton, Nebraska, Bill?
Dirt. He's on the dirt. He is set up with Bert Lingenfelter. He is driving a combine today. He is combining corn today. Shindy is helping with harvest. But Bert set up a laptop in the cab, and he can do his banking from there.
Nice.
And so, if you want to reach out to him, Steve will just if you go into the bank, then they'll live stream you into Steve.
Oh God!
Just go into the bank, and they'll actually let you sit at Steve's desk, and then Shindy will be. You have to talk loud, because of the combine's going
naturally
at the same time.
The whirring.
Yeah. And so he'll be out there, like I said. So he's driving
his desk.
Yeah, he sits at his desk, and then he could get to talk to Steve and do your banking. 'Cause he still goes to the bank, take care of the people. But he's out there. Yeah, he's in the dirt. He's out there. He's stirring up some dust, and he's combining corn today for Bert Lingenfelter.
I think the fun thing would be to go in and sit at his desk.
So sit at his desk, and then all of a sudden, whoop, screen pops up, and there's
Shindy.
Shindy. He's driving a combine, talking to you about what loan you need.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah. And
hey, Roger, how you doing? Yeah.
What do we got to do?
Speak up, I can't hear you.
That'd be awesome.
He has a sandwich from Trevor in his mouth.
Yes. Trevor will stop by.
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork. Some smoked wings.
some barbecue sauce on his lip.
Maybe on his shirt too.
Look at Shindy.
Yeah.
Regal.
So he'll be in his full gear.
That's a great day for Shindy.
Yeah.
And you know what? It is going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great week. Corn's going out.
The weather's been fine for you.
I'm okay with it again now because of the coolness at night.
Yes.
I looked at the forecast, Bill. You're like this. Next week, I saw like low 60s all week.
That's happiness. I'll tell you right now, I'm happy on Friday for the big event at Pender, when they're expecting probably 8,000 to 10,000 people showing up for it. And
10,000 at Pender.
Yeah, it's gonna be
$10,000.
Yeah, $10,000. But anyway, it's gonna be a great event. But the weather that day is like mid-80s.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's great because that way it'll be crisp a little bit at night. But honestly, my dad's gonna be there. I don't need it in the 30s at night. I don't need that weather.
Is street legal going to be there for
But
this?
street legal is not going to be there. That would be incredible to top it off with that. It would, yeah.
What
This
happened?
is Pender. There's a reunion, and there's some kind of dedication to the field.
No, it's just a honoring of everyone who's ever played on this field before they move to the new field.
Oh,
it's gonna be cool.
So this is the old field. Yes. Yes.
Wow,
it's
that's a big deal.
And we're on the sidelines. Again, there's probably a special section for the all conference players that I don't know where that's
All conference QBs.
All conference QBs, please file
Special.
Get the all conference quarterbacks, please report to the 50. And we're getting a special picture taken too. So at halftime, for about 30 years, everyone at halftime, you exit out of the 50-yard line, you went underneath. There's like a rope there, a wire there. You went underneath where people just stood to watch the game.
Wire.
And you went in between the stands, and right there, there's a house right there, the Von Sagren house.
Oh,
and
wow.
you went to the Von Sagren garage, and there was chairs set up in there. That's where halftime was in the Von Sagren garage. And so everyone who ever went to the Von Sagren garage is going to go over for a photo.
The house is right there.
It's right there. Yeah.
It's still there.
Carolyn's still alive. Yeah, absolutely.
We need some photos from Friday, Bill.
Yeah.
We need
There'll be a lot of photos.
We want photos in the group chat.
I think my dad's going to be first or second oldest to ever play. He's almost 90. So he played there. He graduated in 53. So he played there in
he'll be there.
1952, and Dad will be there. And then he also coached there in the 70s and the 80s. So he's going to be like they'll announce everyone from the 50s, and then he'll get announced. Then he gets announced again with the 70s. Then he gets announced again with the 80s.
Wow.
So
this is the Penn Dragons.
Penn Dragon.
Is it just the Dragons, or is it the Penn Dragons?
Oh, come on.
I don't want to get into
What kind
some
of
sort of
question
an
was-
altercation
What kind of-
because you're a
what
Golden
kind of
Glove-
question was
But
that?
that was the question. There's no such thing as a dumb question. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That was bad.
The Pender Pendragons are the only ones that exist in the
I was
entire
bothered
world.
by that. I'm not from Pender.
That's the most annoying thing you've ever said in your life. It is. That's a lot. That's a lot for me.
I
with
thought
just
it
what
could
happened.
be just the
No,
dragon.
No.
Are you going to throw hands, Bill?
I'm going to throw hands on this one.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know for sure.
P-
We didn't
capital
play
P-E-N,
C2 team.
Capital D. We're C1, C1, and
We
obviously-
didn't go
but
down
we
that
didn't-
low.
We didn't play you either because you weren't playing football.
Oh,
Yeah.
so no
Yeah.
football.
Yeah,
That's
we,
why that
trust
came
me,
up.
we wanted a piece of Columbus anytime.
Oh, you
anytime.
bring
You
on
want
the-
some? You want
you
to
want
go
a piece of
Columbus?
Tom Nelson?
Yeah.
Bring
You
on
want
the
a piece?
Discoverers,
You want a
baby.
piece? Yeah, let's go.
You want
Let's
a piece
dance.
of Kwapnowski?
Let's dance.
Quapper? Come on.
All right. 464-5685 call or text as always. I was doing a little research yesterday because,
Okay.
again, bye week. No game this weekend for Nebraska. We all know that.
Okay,
But
Jake.
I was doing a little mid-season look at the potential college football playoff per CBS Sports.
Yeah.
And here's who they have. Again, if the season ended today or how they project this to go down as the year goes on.
Okay.
Here's the 12 teams that CBS Sports said they believe will be in the playoffs.
And this is the way they're seeded, right?
And so the first 4 teams are the automatic bid of winning the conference.
I guess.
Number
yeah.
1, Ohio State winning the Big Ten.
Okay.
Number 2, Texas, SEC champ.
Okay.
3, Clemson, the ACC champ. Not Miami, but Clemson.
Jump on Clemson. Clemson's playing really well right
After
now.
that first game, they've
They're
looked a lot
playing
better.
really well.
4,
the Big 12 champ, BYU.
I don't think they'll win that.
Okay.
So they're seeded 4 in this.
If they win the
They
win
win
the
it,
Big
yeah.
12, they're the 4 seed.
Automatic bye.
Okay.
Or they're a top 4 seed. Then you have the at-large Georgia.
These are at large.
Yep. Georgia 5, Oregon 6, Tennessee 7, Penn State 8, Miami 9, Iowa State 10, Alabama 11, and Boise State 12. So in this potential look at the match, it would be in the first round matchups would be Boise State against Georgia, the 12 versus the 5, Bama, Oregon, Iowa State, Tennessee, and Miami, Penn State. You're a potential look at the playoff midway through the season.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. If you, I could be all wet on this, but if I asked a lot of people, like if I asked my brother, if I ask Adam, explain the college football playoff to me, I still don't think a lot of people know how it works. I don't think a lot of people, like, what would you say right now? Who qualifies? If you ask somebody on the street, who qualifies for this 12-team playoff? Explain it to me.
Well, there's only 5 automatics basically. You have every championship of the Big 4, and then one at
Group of
large.
5,
The problem with the group of 5 is that is a judgment call. That is called by the committee.
Yep.
And so that's the part that's still very hard about it. And that's where it gets imagine if the NFL right now you just say, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take all the champions from each league, and then we're going to have a committee pick the rest of the teams. I mean, that's bizarro world. And that whole thing is very, very bizarre to this time.
Now, Jake, would you know this? Don't look at this story. So the winner of the 4 games move on to the college football the playoff quarterfinals. Where are those at?
I do not know.
Those are home
games.
No, those are
Okay.
those are both sites. Both sites. I
Well,
mean,
the first game, the
winner of the teams advance to the quarterfinals.
Okay,
But the first games are at home, right?
Yes.
There's home games.
It's like
yes.
Boise State would be at Georgia in this scenario.
Yes, between
Okay.
the hedges. Alabama would be at Oregon. Now think about that, by the way. Alabama at Austin Stadium. Iowa State at Tennessee. God, those would be fabulous.
And Miami at Penn State.
Yeah, fabulous matchups.
FYI, the tight end Bramer from Pierce, Nebraska, is playing remarkable
For Iowa State.
Iowa State. We talked about him some last year. He
We
is
did.
an incredible. He is a draft pick tight end. He's really good. Yeah, playing well.
First name?
What's that?
Benjamin.
Benjamin Bramer.
Benjamin
Yes.
Bramer
Yeah.
from Pierce.
Benito.
Yes. So I guess I asked the question again, when it's not a 4-team, it's a 12-team playoff. When does it start getting real for possible contenders? Because when you have 4 teams, you can't mess up. You have to be 1 loss at the absolute max in the previous setup of the 4-team playoff. Now there's probably likely 2, maybe 3 losses. What do you think? We see a 3-loss team in the playoff this year?
You never have.
You never have. You really need to see it be honest with you. I want to see that.
A 3-loss team.
Because there's always, it just creates hope. But right now, if you stop, we can crunch those numbers. I'll try to look at it today. There's still probably 68 teams alive for these 12 spots.
Yeah.
That's what's alive right now.
Nebraska's alive.
Nebraska, 100% alive. Indiana, alive.
6-0.
Absolutely.
Very alive.
Very
Google me's
alive. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a
they're
lot alive.
Michigan, they've lost 2. They're still alive. There's
They're
a
in
lot. There's a lot of teams that are still alive. And
See, Tennessee's the one that you'd look at and say, could they get in? Could they get in with 3? They've lost to Arkansas. I think they still got to play Georgia and Alabama.
I know they play Alabama for sure. I don't know that
they still play Georgia. I know.
They have Florida this weekend.
Yeah. Could Tennessee, would they be a team that gets in with 3? I'm going to tell you something right now. The College Football Playoff Committee is going to be closely scrutinized this year with all of this in mind, especially the SEC and Big Ten. They're going to watch that committee very closely because they think the Big Ten and the SEC that they should have 3 or 4 automatic bids when it goes to 14 teams. 4. They want 4 automatic bids a piece, the Big Ten and the SEC, which I'd like to push back on, but I can't. I mean, I think because of those leagues are so strong, there's such a concentration of power. There's such I don't know, there's so much pressure because of, think of the SEC schedule now, what you're playing. They probably should get 4 automatic bids when it goes to 14 teams. They probably should. Now, if you're in the ACC or the Big 12, you're saying, "Oh, wait a second, really? Both those leagues get 4 auto bids?" Well,
and that doesn't mean they're done. That just means they have 4 auto bids. They might get 5.
They could get 5.
It's true. No, it'll happen.
He's right.
When it gets to 14,
I never thought of that.
Well, right now in this projection,
I never thought of
12
that.
teams, they have 4. The SEC has 4 teams in this 12-team projection. The Big Ten has 3.
Okay.
Midseason.
And right there, they say Ole Miss is not in.
Nope. Ole Miss is not in this 12.
Yeah, not in. Not in this projection. Ohio State's the number 1 seed.
That's right.
That's going to get interesting, and I think it's really interesting what's going to happen. All eyes will be on the committee and how they handle the Big Ten and the SEC. Would they allow a Tennessee in, for instance? And if they don't, the SEC and Big Ten will raise hell. Try to probably get rid of a committee. Say we don't need a committee. There doesn't need to be a committee to select these teams going forward. They might eradicate it, but they're going to watch it. They're going to watch it closely.
If Indiana were to, unfortunately for us, beat Nebraska next Saturday, they're 7-0, and their schedule's not tough. You might start seeing projections of them in the college football playoff.
Yeah,
because Nebraska is not ranked. Indiana right now only plays 2 ranked teams, Ohio State and Michigan. And you can't tell me that that Indiana couldn't beat Michigan.
They'll beat Michigan.
Yeah,
they can beat Michigan. So there's a there's a chance.
Google me.
If they somehow like I said, they're playing at Indiana against Nebraska. It's gonna be a tough game. But if Indiana goes 11-1, they're in.
They got to be in, right?
They're in.
Yeah,
they have one loss.
Not even
they have one loss to Ohio State. They're in.
100%.
Yeah, and so but my point is right now that's what's so exciting is about this is that there's 60 plus teams that are alive right now. You're alive, going okay, like that. Even a Nebraska beat Indiana, lose to Ohio State potentially, and they finish the season with 2 losses.
Yeah, they're probably in. They're probably in the playoff.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of hard games. You guys can't say, well, it's going to be really hard to beat UCLA. No. You can't beat USC. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you
can. Wisconsin can't play with them.
Should be Wisconsin. Yeah.
Iowa, no.
But it's at Iowa, but it wouldn't be.
That's not a
definitely could win it.
Not a shocker upset.
No.
So they're really that's the excitement right now is that the teams that are in it.
Mm-hmm. The 12 team is a good move, and about the time we get used to the 12 team, there'll be a 14 team.
I have ready to stop. I have Bill's Thrills coming up.
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know you were trying to ruin them.
I will.
How dare you try to ruin Bill's Thrills? What's wrong with you?
I will stop. Yeah, I think it'll get wild, and it'll continue that way. I think, Jake, that you have voiced that complaint over the years about this concentration of power at the top. I think it's diminishing. That those teams are still tough. They're still Georgia's always going to be tough. Ohio State's always going to be tough. Alabama's always going to be tough. But the powers, I mean, the players are getting spread out a little bit more. The access to the playoff will help that too. The more teams have access. Bill's talking about 68 teams in the middle of the season are still in the hunt. It's not just, it's just going to be the same
Right
four.
now, if it was old school, there'd be 9.
See that?
There'd be 9.
See that?
9. Highest would be 12, but probably 9 teams, right? You say, who's going to be the final 4 teams? So there's about 9.
Not now.
That's about
a ton.
Because basically, it's like whoever goes to the SEC championship game, they're both in.
Right.
Winners in, losers in, basically.
And I have to say, I kind of agreed with you. I like the SEC so much. I didn't mind those matchups in the national title game if it was Alabama, Georgia, or I didn't mind Alabama, Clemson. I enjoyed it. Those rematches. Jake's looking.
You
at
like
me
the same thing over and over.
He was
again.
looking at me
Competitiveness.
no, I didn't say that. I just respect the SEC so much.
I respect them too. I get annoyed by the same matchups all the time.
I know you
in the
did. You
title
voiced
game.
that.
But I respect them in my annoyance.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's
how was it? Did you enjoy it when TCU was in there?
No, that sucked.
Why?
Yeah. I thought they didn't put up a fight. They lost 65-7.
65-7.
It was over before it even started.
Yeah.
Game was done.
That's Kirby.
Yeah, blowout. Before we get to break, I was telling people about, I'm not as good as Bill at this, but grain marketing is very important. Very important. It's difficult, but it doesn't have to be.
It's a specialty.
If you give Trados a chance, right?
The
Bill?
DOS.
Trados. GOTREDAS.com. They will handle all your grain marketing. Just let them do it. Let them handle it for you. You don't need to do it yourself. Let them handle it for you, right, Bill?
Absolutely. What do we all lean on here? Specialist. We lean on Jake. Same thing.
No.
Yeah. So Jake is our trade-off.
Yes, he is.
He's our trade-off.
He's the specialist.
He's the specialist. He's the one. When we start asking questions, like when I came in on Zoom, I didn't text you. I didn't text, hey, Sip, help me.
I wish you would have.
Shot. I didn't do that. I just told Ben to be there early. I said, Ben, be there early. I didn't ask him for anything because I knew Jake had it handled.
Right.
Had everything under control.
I could have.
So Jake's.
I could have done that, by the way.
I heard from Adam Ickes today.
What'd he say?
He texted me this morning.
Ickes?
Yeah, he's in the middle of a lot of projects right now because with grain coming in, storage is going on. When's it going to go back out? He's handling all that. He also was. He also texted me to talk about Pat Fisher.
Oh, please talk about that.
Pat Fisher that passed away. He played 17 years in the NFL. Obviously a Husker. And what he did, like he talked about, he did everything. He returned kicks, punts. He's played 17 years in the NFL at defensive back.
One of the Fisher boys.
Yes, incredible. And so, but anyway, so he's up in the morning and he's up getting ready to do his trade-offs work, but he's also following up on the history of college football, which I enjoy.
Isn't it interesting that we have help? Missing Tooth Greg is the one who called me on Louis Tiant.
Yeah.
Ickes fills you in on Pat Fisher. I did see that on the scroll last night at Planet Fitness. But we get help. We get help from breakers.
Yes. We get help from Jake. Jake carries us, and we know that.
He
He's the Adam Schefter of our business. He's Schefter.
You can do better than he's the Rune Arledge of our business.
Yes, exactly. Rune Arledge.
He ran ABC Sports, Ben. Rune Arledge ran ABC Sports.
Please,
if he was an owner, he'd be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Rooney,
yes. Or the Hunt family.
Art
from the
Rooney.
Chiefs.
Please,
yes.
Please go to GoTradeUs.com. GOTREDAS.com.
Soybeans.
When we come back, Bill's Thrills is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
I tried.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank. Now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska, we're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in October. Try their brand new caramel apple butter cream cheese or apple coffee cake muffins through their new partnership with local apple orchard, Picnic Hill. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up. The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right, most recommended Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will get to Bills Thrills in a second. Before that, quick plug for our friends and holders at First Rate Ag. Look at him. He's the logo. Zip, he is the logo.
There it is.
Jerry West of First Rate Ag.
Full service ag retailer offering everything from crop protection to lawn fertilizer. Been around for 26 years in business. Please reach out to Parker or Chris at firstrateag.com or call 308-995-8327 and mention the ticket.
Also, there's been a little bit of a scrap going on out there. Well, there's several companies and businesses that do a lot of work with fixing of farm machinery, of combines and different, especially combines this time of year, because also if one goes down, they have to get it in, get it fixed within seconds, and they have to pay a lot of money to get that done, to get back on the field right now. It's not happening. There's been no combine damage whatsoever because the fields are so clean.
Oh,
the fields are so clean. It's just clean. There's no weeds. There's no anything. So it's just pure crop. God. So they're just humming like a sewing machine. God. They are humming like a sewing machine. Nothing's breaking down, and it's hurting the economy for some people. And it's been heated. It's gotten heated. It's got heated. Yeah, because also like
they need breakdown.
They need the business. Like, hey, you want if you're an auto body, what do you want? A nice hailstorm, a little ice. You need an ice storm. Everybody's banging into each other. You need that.
Yep.
So right now they're not getting that.
It's not happening though.
It's a sewing machine out there. Just humming along. Just
nice.
Boom.
There we go. All right. Thanks to First Red Egg. It is time for a Wednesday edition of Bills Thrills. Let's fire it up.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it going to be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. Have you seen? I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bills Thrills sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to plan your financial future today. Bill, it's a Wild Card Wednesday. What's on your mind today?
We went a little football.
I love that.
Boy. We're going to go backwards from our last conversations. My schedule fascination.
Okay.
The difference between college football and college basketball. The difference between college football and college basketball. Very simple. In football, I use the term bad wins. Bad wins count. If you win a game, they count. Mm-hmm. It moves you forward to bowl eligibility.
It does.
Everyone. So a bad win doesn't hurt you. It's at the in basketball, bad wins. So every win is a deposit in football. In basketball, it's not the case. In basketball, if you beat South Carolina State in December 29th, doesn't count. It counts as a win, but it doesn't move you forward in anyone's eyes.
Can it move you backward?
It can move you backwards, but it can't. So that's what I say. Where a win in football, if you beat and if you play one FCS team, it's what it counts. So if all of a sudden if you win, you play a schedule. Let's just say like an Ohio State, Akron, Western Michigan, Marshall. They're all big counts. They all count towards what's going on. That's why Florida's like, wow, what was their non-conference? Miami, UCF, Sanford doesn't really matter in Florida State. It's like, whoa. So it's such a big deal on how they count on with what's going on. Here's where it's going to get crazy. Why the hoops analogy? Because it's 12 teams right now, and it's going to 14. It's going to be 16, and it'll probably stop maybe at 20 to 24. It's going to keep expanding.
Yep.
Money, 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 money.
Yep.
So what has happened is that this is now turned into the NCAA tournament and the NIT tournament. So there'll be zero interest in the near future of any teams that are just bowl teams, except for one or two. The interest is only going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's where the whole interest is going at this time.
Bowls.
I love the bowls.
Goodbye.
The Gasparilla Bowl. I can't wait to watch it.
Goodbye, Citrus.
But everything now is went away. Think about this.
Goodbye, El Paso.
Think about in the Rose Bowl when Oregon went in the 90s, Northwestern went to the Rose Bowl. It was mayhem
with Fitz.
It was mayhem with what was going on. that mayhem is gone. That there's never going to be a team that's just like,
okay.
They didn't get, they went to a bowl game. They were ecstatic. They went to the what? They went to the Rose Bowl.
Right.
That was the deal. That's all going to be over.
Mhm.
Everything. So
It's okay.
And so everything now it's going to turn into, it's going to be, like I said, just like the NCAA and the NIT. And there's going to be such the interest level is going to drop dramatically because all the conversation is going to be different like that. If Nebraska doesn't make it
in the playoff
to the playoffs this year and they have a great year and they go to a bowl game, big deal.
Celebrate it.
Yeah.
First time in 8 years.
But
big deal. But
how many years?
But next year, that's not the same.
Nope.
Next year, it's not the same. Once that hurdle is over, next year's conversation will be about one thing: the playoffs. Because there's going to be, because again, you're going to be
Put
alive.
pressure on coaches.
Everything has changed because now, before it's even like, it's like the bowl still somewhat matter because there's only 4 teams in the playoffs. So it's still kind of a big deal to go to a bowl game. We went to the Fiesta Bowl and I was at LSU. And it's a big deal. We went to the Fiesta Bowl. We played UCF. It was a big deal. There were still some big deal bowl games that you wanted to watch. Like, when wherever it was, Texas beat whoever in the bowl game back when they did the I'm back thing and all. There was some bowl games that came up that still kind of solidified you. That's all over with. That whole thing has changed right now. So the victories are different now. And it is just intriguing how if you do win bad games now, they still count. They still count for it. They still get you somewhere. In basketball, they get you nowhere. They don't even look at it like, well, we won those 8 games. Everyone's like going, the committee's like, doesn't matter. We don't even care about those 8 games. We just look at these. They judge you off of these 12 games. Where football, you get judged off of all of them.
Yeah, no NET rankings in college football.
No.
The NET rankings are college basketball. Now, what you'll effectively take away a measuring stick in college football for programs. Because one measuring stick right now was it a bowl team?
Yeah, bowl team.
They get back to the bowl.
Yeah.
Are they back to being a bowl team? Well, that'll be gone. Yeah. I don't know how quickly they'll get to 16 teams and then 20, 24. I mean,
well, the 14's already locked in in a couple years, so it's going to go quickly. They're still going to want to have a bye for the 4 champions. They're going to want that bye. But everyone knows it's not stopping. Will it ever get to 48? No, that's not happening.
Not in our life.
But I could see it going to 20. Because the money is in the billions. It's in the billions if you make that. And then you see crazy things going. So it's just
at 20, would the Bulls still be alive?
There'd still be some. Again, it's going to be viewed as the NIT is. The NIT now, we just checked we're the only radio show that discussed the NIT.
We do. Yeah.
We're the only ones. We have someone call in and tell us about it. No one has any idea.
Not really, do they? I don't think they do.
No, they have. There's no. I mean, there's bowl games you're like, man, I want to see this. I want to see this bowl game like that.
But when did the NIT become so distant? Because during when we were growing up, it was still a big deal.
Remember, NIT was the deal. Then the NCAA took it over.
Right.
That's why that's exactly what's going on now in college football. The same thing is going to be happening in college football.
Yeah.
How this is going to go down.
Well, the NIT slid back.
Yeah. I'm not pushing back. Like I said, the bowl games are incredible. Right now, the conversation that 68 teams are alive is more incredible to me, with that. And have you heard the other story that's out there right now that there's a group of people together with, beyond billions and billions of dollars that are marketing to try to take 70 teams to buy college football and take 70 teams.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that's a new story.
I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, it's a new. If you look it up,
they would just buy college football
for 70 teams and create a league, a league for it, and they would market it, and they would go to all of the TV as one. They would go to each one. They'd be like, okay. So those
as long as you're the part of the 70,
if you're part of the 70,
Nebraska'd be in.
They'd be in. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
so if you're part of it, but then imagine now there's also another 64 or whatever it is dropped off. They're no longer even part of that group anymore. So anyway,
I don't like that.
So that's a weird thing. It's a weird story.
Yeah,
but it's just fascinating to watch when you watch how things happen.
It is
the difference with what's going on with the how the schedules are set. And like again, still intriguing to me how wins that you would say are not big wins and how much they actually count.
Right.
Still to this time in football they count. In basketball they mean absolutely nothing. No. Now they can take a bad deposit from you if you lose a bad game like that. Even the bad loss of Notre Dame right now. Notre Dame, like I said, there's still a really good chance they'll be in the playoffs.
Sure,
there's a good chance they're going to be 11-1 and have one blip. And you kind of go, well, it is what it is.
Yeah,
they're not anywhere close to out of it.
No,
by any stretch.
We had a text from Sanderson on the text
With
line.
the hair.
He says, Bill is dead on, and it makes me sad. Since I've already seen the best that college ball will ever be, maybe I should just check out at this point. That's a little far, Sanderson.
don't do
Come
that.
on, keep watching ball.
When you
Don't do
turn
that,
the TV on, and we always talked about on the show, it's still incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Georgia, Alabama. Then you're
It
watching
is.
Vandy with an upset. You're watching all these great games, all these things going on. You know, the part that there's only one part that has me completely annoyed, and that's the opt-outs. That's those things going on with
Players opting out.
you see
hates that.
Central Florida. I read they've got 4.
You're kidding.
They've had 4, and there's a couple more. That there was one linebacker from Washington that transferred from San Jose State that said same thing. I didn't get what I was told. I'm out. And so
Caleb Brown, the Iowa receiver coming from Ohio State, opted out. I think
Why
2
is
days
that?
ago. He wasn't getting enough playing time, or just didn't like the system, apparently.
Yeah.
But he came from Ohio State, no longer at Iowa.
Generally, the ones that move up are the ones you're looking for. The ones that go from a lower division or a lower somewhat team and they move to a higher one, they do better than ones that are coming from the Ohio States and different places going someplace else.
I'll tell you this. I agree with Sandy to the point of we've seen college football at its best, and we're not going to see it again. But you can still enjoy the product as it is.
Yeah.
Sandy, you can still enjoy the product. No, you're not going to see it as cool. It's never going to be as cool as it used to be. It never will.
No.
Now, Bill, you can push back on that, but I agree with Sandy on that.
No, I agree with him. I wouldn't change it. I like but no, we saw it at its best.
Yeah,
and it
we
was
saw it
still
at its
on New Year's Day when you turned on the games. It was remarkable.
Incredible. Now, it'll still be good though, Sandy. You can still
Don't
enjoy
check
it.
out completely.
No, don't check out.
But again, when you
Don't
look
check
at the only part that was bad at all about college football when you went back to certain times were that in the bowl games and there was national championship games on the line. Happened in Nebraska. They're playing Miami's undefeated. Nebraska's got 3 losses.
Right.
And that's the national championship
Right.
game. Where
was
Nebraska,
flawed.
if Nebraska wins, they're not national champions.
It was deeply flawed.
Deeply flawed.
Right.
Deeply flawed on who was playing because they would lock in 2 conferences into a bowl game. Or one would locked in, one was it was hard. It was like the Rose Bowl was always what? Pac-12, Big Ten. Incredible.
Right.
But it could have major ramifications on who the national championship was with that. So
that is Bill's Thrills, sponsored by
Good
Dirt
job. That was
Scott and
interesting.
Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Let's play the game show. Give us a call
Oh,
right
God,
now
we're
at
doing a game show.
464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels. To Bagels and Joe, you've lost 2 straight without Bill here.
Bill, notice
What
the
happened?
record. Notice
What?
the record.
we're -3 on the
23
streak.
and 24. You're below 500 now.
What happened to you when I was gone?
He needed his lifeline.
Yeah,
Didn't have
just
his
some
lifeline.
bad
I
health.
did. I got out right before the game show on Monday. I know.
Well, today is a wild card Wednesday,
That's
and
not good.
the playoffs are going on in baseball. So I think you guys like this. So
Don't do
the
it.
topic today is
Don't do it.
Major League Baseball stadiums of the past.
Oh,
Of the past.
okay.
Got a chance.
You have a
Good
chance. If you think you know your MLB stadiums of the past,
Okay.
call
I think
us
we're
up.
okay.
464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
I really do
We've
think
all
we're
been
okay.
there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Takedown Sip and Bill in trivia. Again, our topic today, Major League Baseball stadiums of the past. Not the now.
We'll be fine.
You were watching ball back
Oh,
here
yeah.
at this
I
point.
think we'll be good at this, actually.
Should be okay.
I can name 7 off the top of my head.
Let's see how our contestant, Brent, how do you feel about Major League Baseball stadiums of the past?
Meh.
Okay, feels
All
meh.
right. I like this.
Bill is a lifeline for Sip for one question as always.
Brent, thank you.
First question goes to you. What team played at Comiskey Park from 1910 to 1990?
Stop it. Stop.
White Sox.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
these
it.
should all be easy. They should be 4 for 4 today.
Oh, boy. Okay. Now, he knew that. That scares me a little bit.
It does. That was
White
a layup.
Sox is correct. Sip first question. What team played at Riverfront Stadium from 1970 to 2002?
Come on, Jake. We are family. Willie Stargell, Dave Parker, Rennie Stennett, Tim Foley, John Candelaria.
How about the word hat they wore? Kind of the
Yeah. Good job, Bill. Thank you.
Yes.
The Pirates. Oh, God. Oh, we missed. No.
And now I know it. Oh, we just lost.
It's incredible.
We just lost. We just took it
It's
out.
one of the best moments I've ever seen. I knew you were wrong the whole time. I let
And
it
I
go,
did,
though.
too.
I
We
let
just
it
took
go.
an L.
Don't say it.
I had it in my head that you started talking.
We just took an L.
Brent, do you want that one or not?
We're done.
Do you want that?
Oh,
Go ahead.
That's a red.
yeah.
Brilliant.
You went through the whole thing.
I was laughing. I knew he was going to say the Pirates. At least it's Stargell. Oh, no.
Three Rivers Stadium.
Three Rivers, yeah, not
Riverfront.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a
Right on,
loss.
yeah.
Brent, for the win. Last question.
Oh.
What team played at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome from 82 to 2009?
Humphrey Metro.
The Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome from 1982 to 2009.
Layup.
5.
Come on, Brent.
4,
What?
3,
It's a layup.
2,
Did you say it yet?
1.
Twins.
Yes.
Twins.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That is the Twins, and that's a loss for Sip because he went with the Pirates on Riverfront Stadium. Look at him.
Bad. That's bad. I mean, that's
Well, the thing was,
Yeah.
what happened. What happened?
It hit me right away. I go, it's the Reds, and then you started going through the
Oh,
the Pirates, and I'm like, hold it,
Hang
man.
on a second.
Maybe Sit knows
The guy-
something I don't.
no, I don't.
No.
I didn't know. I don't know. You could have. I think you could have rescued me, but that's okay. You didn't.
He
It's
went
my
for it.
fault.
Wait, he should have said stop. It's not Stargell.
No,
wrong
I'm
team.
fully accountable, Bill. I don't.
I got enamored with it. I was thinking about the whole thing.
Brent, nice win. Congrats. You get bagels. Calling down the road.
Hey, shut up, Sipple. Shout out
Oh.
Kruger Development.
Oh, Kruger Development. Okay.
Kruger Development.
Give it-
Shout out to
Kruger
shout out to
Development.
Kruger Development.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out there.
Shout out
So,
to Kruger Development.
That is an 0-3 start to the week, and that's what
Okay,
4
that's
straight L's
yeah,
now.
That's a controllable. That's
Yeah.
like Alabama having two number 2s on the field. That's a controllable.
What team played at the Kingdome from 77 to 99?
The Mariners.
And in what year, Bill, was Candlestick Park demolished
Ooh.
in San Francisco?
Ooh, Bill.
2002.
Oh God, that's so
Before
close.
or after 02?
I'll say 03.
How about 2015 demolished?
Really? Is that
Demolished
Wow.
in 15.
Huh.
So
that was a good game, Jake.
That's an L.
That's a good game.
But you
yeah.
should have had
Yeah.
the Reds,
Oh.
though. Fair question, right?
Yeah, I can name more Reds than I can Pirates.
You should have
Good
messed
God.
up.
Joe
Sparky
Morgan.
Anderson was the coach.
Sparky.
Not the coach, by the
Oh,
way. He was the
yeah.
manager.
And their names were huge on their jersey.
The Reds.
The Reds. They were huge. Remember how big they were?
Yeah.
They were like just giant letters.
God, Bill, I covered the Salt Dogs one time. They sent me over there as a substitute. I was calling the coach, and he told the coaching staff was snickering behind my back that I was calling him coach.
Manager.
Yeah, he's a manager.
It is funny that you wear. Can you imagine just right now if all of the NFL head coaches had to wear a full uniform, shoulder pads, and the helmet? Like
We need to bring that up.
That
That's
would
going to
be-
happen.
that would just be incredible, wouldn't it?
It needs to
What if all of a
happen.
sudden you saw a rule out there and just like number 00 and
Imagine McDaniel on that. The wimpy McDaniel.
McDaniel out there.
Or see
in the full
Dan
deal with
Campbell.
it. Get a neck roll on. Get a neck roll on.
It is kind of weird that they do that in baseball. That was a good text. Was that a text earlier that the guy was
Yes.
describing? Oh,
That was a mailbag.
Yeah, it's a
from
mailbag
Kip.
question. That was interesting. Like they do wear the gloves, the sliding
They do,
mittens
yep.
now. Very odd.
When we come back, the Spillover special guest, Kelly Lauer, president of the White Cane Foundation, in studio next on Early Break on the Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program.
When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in October. Try their brand new caramel apple butter cream cheese or apple coffee cake muffins through their new partnership with local apple orchard, Picnic Hill. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe. It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Education is a cornerstone for strong, vibrant communities. I voted for the largest investment in education in Nebraska history. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and understand the valuable role of education in growing our community. This is Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to support education in the legislature. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th. Paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the Spillover, sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One Love. We have special guests today. Raph and AD will be for the drive after this, but we have special guests. Bill has set this up, thankfully. We have a wonderful guest from Kelly Lauer, as well as Alyssa Weber from the White Cane Foundation. Ladies, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Thank you.
Now, Bill is the one who informed me of your wonderful operation what you have going on. For those who do not know about the White Cane Foundation, please inform us what you guys do. Kelly, go ahead.
Well, thank you. My husband and I, my husband and I founded the White Cane Foundation in 2019. And what we do is we give 2 brand new clothing outfits to kids in the community learning center schools. There's 18 of them. And we started with one school, Belmont, and that, we had to stop for a bit during COVID. And by stop, I mean we couldn't go into the schools and size the kids because we're a weekly presence. But they still took our clothes, and we continued. We went with 2 schools. Then next year it was 4 schools. And at the end of May, we were at 12 schools. And we just started our new school year with 15. We will be in all 18 Title I schools after Christmas this year.
That's incredible. That is a great gift. So it's new clothes. Explain that.
It's brand new clothes. Don't we all feel better when we have a brand new set of clothes? And we started with 1 outfit. We've gotten to the point where we can now give 2 brand new clothing outfits, and that includes 2 pairs of pants, 2 tops, a brand new pair of tennis shoes, 2 socks and underwear. And we do hygiene items. And that's what we call a bundle of joy.
Okay. And we have something coming up the end of October from Monday through the rest of the month, which is the new clothing and hygiene drive. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I am with Wiz Brothers Realty, and we are partnering with Home as well. And we're going to have drop offsite locations for people who want to donate clothes, new clothes with tags, please, and some hygiene products. They are in dire need of hygiene products. And so like toothpaste, toothbrush, soap, deodorant, that kind of stuff. So we have the Home there on O Street. We have a Woods Brothers in Village Garden. We have one in Country Club. And we also have another location right across from Holmes Lake.
So now this is donation based. I mean, this is how we pay for the clothes and such.
Yep.
And how can people donate?
Well, I talked to Alyssa, and first of all, I'm so grateful to Alyssa for setting this up because this is huge. And so we have kids in elementary schools, but that includes, we have T sizes all the way through extra large men's and women's. And so anybody that wants to, if they're out shopping for their kids, they want to get a different size, or if they want to do, sundry items, hygiene items, that's huge because the last school year we gave 1,500 Bundle of Joy outfits out. And that means we gave 3,000 outfits, and they each had a package of hygiene kits. And so they're flying off the shelves. And this year, well, in September alone, this last few days ago, we gave 300 outfits out. 300 bundles out, and that's 600 clothing items. So we have, we're kind of exponentially growing. So it's been huge. And so when she offered this and a way to have people know about it, we were just so grateful.
So this changes lives, is what it does for these kids. It changes their life.
It actually does. So, I talk about the new clothes. Don't we all feel better when we have a new outfit? These kids, some of them have never had brand new outfits, let alone we go in and we have volunteers, which Alyssa is one of them. And they come and they set up the clothes. So we want it to be a shopping experience.
Okay.
So we give 3 pairs of pants, 3 tops, 2 pairs of tennis shoes. They get to choose. They go into a privacy tent with their, there's a volunteer. They come out and they look in the full length mirror, and that's when the magic happens. So yes, it does change their.
So it's like they're shopping.
Yeah, they get to go on a shopping spree. They get to pick out the shoes that they want, a shirt.
Wow.
And everything has tags on them. So they're, it's not like a hand-me-down that they've gotten from their siblings or anything like that. It's a whole new outfit for them.
So you talked about how to donate, what the importance is. Do you need volunteers also? Do you need help in that area?
Yes, we have an ongoing training program because as we get more schools, and we have a lot of retired principals, teachers, administrators, grandmas like me, and people that have young children still want to come out and help us. So yes, we have volunteers, we have donors, all kinds of things. There's lots of different ways to get involved.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, this is the 14th to the 31st of this month, but in general, when this drive is over, how do people get involved going forward?
Well, you can go to our website. It's thewhitecanefoundation.org and get in contact with us that way.
Okay.
And also, if anybody as they're dropping off their clothing or hygiene items, if they want to let somebody know and leave us their number, we could get in contact with them that way.
Yeah, definitely.
The breakers will rally.
They will.
We have
They'll show up.
The breakers have rallied. They've created an incredible show here. We have millions of listeners, and we're going to get behind this thing. And so we're going to get behind this thing.
We
appreciate that a lot.
We're getting gear coming in. We're going to get volunteers. It's going to be a personal for us, because this is incredible to help people out. And then the chance, like you said, all new, they get a shop for the first time ever in their life. And then I just couldn't imagine just being not have things of toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, things of that nature that they just don't have at their house that they need, and they don't ask for it. So we're all in on this.
Awesome. Well, I listened to a volunteer say that they give a little boy came in and he asked what this little box was, and it was a bar of soap.
Yeah.
And he asked what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And she said he was like six years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he had no idea what a bar of soap was. And I'm thinking to myself,
Mm.
my almost 4-year-old knows what a bar of soap is.
Mm.
And it's just, it's gut wrenching.
And he couldn't put it down. And she's like, okay, let's put it down here. You can have it when you're done trying your clothes on. I mean, they're so excited.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
God, when they try their clothes on, that's got to be incredible. What a great feeling.
I'll tell one short story.
Okay.
I had a teacher come back to me. It was in the first year. She had this child that had won an award. And 3 months later, they were going through pictures, and she was with this little girl, and she said, oh, the little girl said, that's me. And the teacher said, yeah, that's when you won your award. She's like, no, that's me in my new clothes.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And countless stories,
Wow.
countless things we've seen. We've seen over 300 kids, 3,000 kids, and we're just getting started. I mean, eventually we'd like to get into the middle schools, high schools. We got to start, stay.
Oh, that's
stay
amazing.
The course.
I like that. We're dreaming big, though.
Yeah.
We're not. Yeah, that's what the three-legged stool does here.
If you want to participate in the clothing and hygiene drive, again, the collection sites are Home Real Estate at 52nd and O Street, Woods Brothers at 37 or South 27th Street, also at 70th Street, and Woods Brothers at 5800 Hidcote Drive. The 4 collection sites from Monday the 14th to the 31st for the drive here.
Good job, Jake.
Yep.
So, well, Kelly and Alyssa, we appreciate you guys coming on the show. Good luck with everything, and thank you for all you do.
Yes, thank you for having us on.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.
Thank you
All right.
all.
Thank you.
The drive with Raf, AD, and AG is next. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar.